Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we just took over as this fine gentleman. Unfortunately, our previous father died of his wounds that never healed. This injury existed for like 30 years. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it was a very, very long time. Now we do have a faction, which is expected because we just took over. And the King of West Francia is leading this faction. This is a guy that we gotta have on our side. Period. End of story. So we are going to arrange a marriage with our daughter and this prince here. Excellent. And that will definitely handle that. I mean, the Independence faction will still exist after this, but that is something that needs to happen. Excellent. So we'll get that done. Technically, I probably should have waited until these guys were able to send their ultimatum in like 1 month rather than 6 months. But for now, we'll call that good. I mean, we know that we want to have that alliance anyway. It would have been a little bit more efficient to do it that way for sure. This guy's a prisoner, but not a vassal. We will accept this. And I do want to hop over here, and we do have our half-brother here. And we want to revoke his title. He would actually accept this. This would be an act of tyranny. However, can we claim his title? Yes, it will lose 50 opinion. We're going to take that claim. And now we have a claim revocation reason. We're going to gain 20 stress because we're forgiving, but we're not going to gain the tyranny, but this will still be a 100% acceptance. So that is perfect. We're going to get that back. Fantastic. Just so. And then we're going to grant some of these off over here to low nobles. Excellent. One more, actually. This one? Yeah, that's not the capital. Sounds good. Okay, so there we go. And with that, we are going to need to do some additional construction over here. So we'll work on all of that. Get that underway. Is this all maxed out? Yes, it is. This one is not, so we'll get that upgrading. Perfect. Okay, now this faction is back. We're not in the slightest surprised about that. We'll let this shake out for a little bit here. We've got 8 months, and that is okay for the moment. This guy is our vassal, so we will not release him from prison. Vassals belong in prison. That is absolutely the case. And also, Crusader Kings is seeming a little more sluggish than usual. With our realm this size, though, it has definitely remained sluggish for quite a while. So, not too much that we can do about that, unfortunately. We can grant vassals off to rightful lieges, and that is absolutely something that we should do right now. That brings us down to 11 direct vassals. We were at 12 before, and we just gave out 2. I feel like we should be at 10, but okay. Sometimes that math seems a little wonky, but I'm sure that it's just a detail that I'm missing. Okay, what are we doing technologically? We're working on guilds, and we already maxed out our men-at-arms, correct? Correct. Okay, so our men-at-arms are as good as they're going to get. Now, our total number of soldiers is a little on the low side. Our marshal is organizing levies, but the majority of that is going to be coming from things like clan vassals, who are not bound by this absolute crown authority. And they need opinion of us, more than anything. Okay, so this guy's 18%. That is a pretty decent option. Except that he doesn't have anybody to work with here. That's sad. We may have to fight this independence faction, and because we just took this 710 gold for someone who wasn't even our vassal, okay. That was surprising. No doubt about that. But we may have to fight this faction just because we just took over, right? Like, those sorts of succession wars are super normal in Crusader Kings. Like, I'm not surprised that this is happening. I am a little surprised that this guy isn't considered a powerful vassal, but this guy is. Okay. Cool. So currently with this guy leading the faction, there's nothing we can do about it. Now, you can see that it says that the enemy has 140%. I'm not worried about that. This is not actually frightening. The only thing that would be frightening is if we were to capture this guy, which would be unfortunate for sure. Did I miss one? What is this? Populists. Okay. So, populists are happening. I did, in fact, miss that one. So where are they? They are... This is not how populists work. Where are they? Wait, what? The war leader is the Prince of Andalusia. Where is he? Apparently he doesn't exist. Okay, so they're down over here. Looks like we don't need any armies larger than 10k. I don't want to raise our men-at-arms if I can help it right now. So this is what I'm going to do. Am I going to get a holy order here? No, I'm not. We don't have the faith for that. But we could think about hiring one of these merc units. They're expensive, and there's only 2 available, which is a little surprising to me. We'll just raise up some levy troops for right now. Okay. So yeah, that's all going to be a thing. So we do need to deal with this faction, and we could get this guy out of the faction, but that's not going to solve the faction. The faction is just going to rebel, and I think that's all there is to it. What we need to do is have a plan for dealing with it. This guy is all the way over here, and this is why I don't want to raise men-at-arms for dealing with this war over here. I think that if we simply raise somewhere around 10,000 troops over here, maybe a few more. That populist uprising does have quite a number of troops there. But if we were to raise a few troops over here and maybe even bring in some mercs, then we'd be good. And I am going to bring in the Band of the Father. So we'll go ahead and hire them. And we'll come out of debt shortly. We could also potentially, I mean, we can write our thoughts down, but I want to check. Yeah, we don't really have anything right now in the avaricious tree, so that's a little bit problematic for us. Okay. So these guys are going to fire in about 3 months. I want this army fully raised by then. Come on. All I want is 10k here. This guy's actually in charge now. That means we can bounce this faction. Yes, we can bounce this faction. Okay. We'll keep an eye on that. 2 months. That's fine. I just want 10k troops here. Literally just want 10k. There we go. Okay. So we're going to stop gathering those. These guys, can they be grouped together? Yes, the mercs can be grouped in. Perfect. We're going to head in, and this is still 2 months out. So I'm going to wait to bounce it. Now, this is not going to deal with the faction. This will delay it. Oh, this guy's back in charge. Crap. I should have bounced it. Maybe this guy takes back over? 15,289. 15,275. They're so close. Okay. We're going to assume this guy's going to be in charge. But where are the 2 leaders? So this guy is in India. This guy is right next to him. Okay. So, we are going to drop a rally point right here. We're going to raise our men-at-arms. We're going to raise levy troops. Our aunt died. Okay, cool. So we're going to head on over here. And we're going to need to deal with these guys, of course. So we're going to head on over like so. And then we're just going to run around dealing with these various army units over here. We may need a few additional troops if these guys stay grouped up, but we'll keep an eye on that. For right now, we are preparing for this bigger rebellion. This is not surprising. I was really hoping that the last guy wouldn't die when he did, but he certainly did, so here we are. We've got 10k levy troops here. They can send their ultimatum at any time. Together, these guys have somewhere around 30,000 troops. That's not too scary. 13 months on our men-at-arms, I don't think it's actually going to take that long. I really, really don't. Okay, so we're going to head on in over here. Cool. So this rebellion is going to happen. Period. End of story. Hang on. Maybe it won't. I'm going to try it. This guy took back over. We're trying to bounce the faction here. But we're not entirely sure it's going to work. We need to stop gathering here. Okay. Alliance formed, and he sent it at the same time. Okay. Will not be threatened. He should leave the faction, though, leaving this guy in charge. In theory. The Independence War was completely invalidated by that. Oh. Now, we can't put these guys down. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to split them. And we're going to prepare for the Independence faction coming back. So we're going to need to split these into a number of different armies so that they're not taking attrition down here. Now, we are negative in cash. I'm aware of that. But for right now, I'm not too concerned about it. These guys need to have a few additional troops raised up, and we're going to raise them over here. Okay. Rival and vassal was just imprisoned. Cool. We're very happy about that. This guy needs to be replaced as our spy master, and we'll put this gentleman in here. He's actually the guy who was thinking about leading the previous rebellion. That was really wacky that disbanded like that. But okay, I guess that's the way that works. So, we need to look at these supply limits. Yeah, this needs to split again. This obviously needs to split. And this will need to split again. This one will need to split again as well. And some of these levy troops we might send home for income purposes. I don't want to go into debt if at all I can help it, but for now, let's see. We should win this, and we're raising up additional levy troops over here. So that's excellent. This is winning, as expected. Cool. So these guys are still taking attrition here, and we want to spread them out. Otherwise, this is all good. So we've got this faction here. This guy's in charge, and he is going to rebel, but we bought ourselves some time. So that's good. We, of course, won this battle, and we're going to head up over here. We're 14% in the Peasant Rebellion here, but we just want to get ourselves a few additional troops over this way. Now, we're negative in cash right now, and we're hoping that we're going to get a lifestyle focus point pretty soon here. That would be awful nice to deal with this income, although I want to check. We can get more out of our High Shaman. And we're going to start swaying them to do that. Excellent. How much are we going to raise up over here? Well, we're going to need a decent chunk. I might gain a stewardship lifestyle perk. Let's see. So we're going to raise up somewhere around 10k over here if we can. Now, we're negative in monthly income, to be sure. How much do we have here? 15k? Do we think that's enough? They're like all right up over here. They're all grouped up. 2 years on the overall grouping. I think we go to the 10k mark. So we're currently negative in cash, and that's fine. We can make our way out of that pretty easily with ransomings by ransoming people like this. That's only 10 gold. But people who are not our vassal. So this guy here. And people like this. I mean, we've got a decent number of those. So that'll do for right now. 15k troops over here is not really enough. There could be anything here. Okay, so we didn't get our point, sadly. Land cleared for settlement. Cool. So we've got like 17k troops here. They're all grouped together. So I want to keep raising for the time being. We're going to be going into debt soon. It is time to return home. We did gain a stewardship lifestyle perk. That's a big deal. Reason being, we can take golden obligations. We can demand payment for hooks. But more importantly, we're very close to things like Hergeld. So that is excellent. We are at 18,000 troops here. I think we're going to go when we're at 20k. Now, these guys may all group together, but they're also going to be losing supplies. Okay. That's 20k. We're going to head on up here and see if we can provoke them into attacking us. Cool. So, we're expecting this independence faction to fire in 2 months. This guy is the current leader. We do not want this guy to be the leader. Can we do anything about it? Yes. We have a son, but he's the wrong religion. We're going to demand his conversion and hope he accepts. He wants 300 gold. Done. We're in debt right now, and we need to deal with that. So, we're going to... Can we not be ticking, please? Thank you. We're going to go ahead and ransom off a few of these non-vassal prisoners. So, people like this. And this should get us out of debt for the time being. We want him to leave the faction. Now, this will bounce the faction, which is not exactly what I want here because we're losing money. We can't put our troops down over here, which I'm kind of sad about. I was hoping that the last guy would just leave the war and not actually bounce the faction, if I'm honest. But here we are. Okay. So that should be enough cash to keep us floating for a little bit. We need to get out of this war so that we can put our troops down without taking a penalty of returning home. So they're making their way northward. And for now, this is okay. Wait a second. I didn't actually do this. Okay. Yeah, we need to actually do this now that he converted. There we go. Perfect. I knew I was forgetting something, but that'll bounce that independence faction. There we go. So that's fine. And we're making our way northward over here now. So these guys will arrive up here soon enough. The question is, how much will these work together? And I don't actually know that. Now, we're not surprised that this is happening. We want this guy to be in charge of the faction here. This is what we want. As long as he's in charge, we're okay with this firing. We need to move these troops in so that we're not going negative in our cash. That would be very, very nice. And we need to ransom off a couple more people to get our cash up. Buy us a little time there. So we'll ransom this guy, and that guy's already considering. Okay. 10 gold. Sure. Let's see. 30 gold. Sounds good. And next up is going to be Taishi here for 30 gold. Sounds good. And our prisoner and uncle for 100 gold. Okay, that'll do for now. Now the question is, will they pile in here? Yes, they will. Okay. We barely got a single tick in before they all piled in. That's fine. We're going to retreat here soon enough, and we're going to retreat like right now, actually. We're going to have to wait for them to spread out a bit. We need a new spy master. They're all stacked together in this one location, which is unfortunate for us. How many troops do we have unraised? Around 9,000? Okay. We're retreating actually over to there. That's not a great retreat site, but it's fine, I guess. Okay. I want this faction to actually rebel, but hang on. Who's this new guy? Who is this guy? Why is the other guy not in the faction? This guy here. He is not in the faction. Ah, he just inherited, didn't he? Yes, his father died. Okay, where is this guy located? Up over here. It's a long walk. However, this guy's the second guy in the faction. If we could get this guy out of there. We kind of can't. However, we're still okay. We don't actually need him to be the top guy. So That's fine. We're going to continue to raise up troops over here. I'm still a little salty that these guys all grouped together. That's not how populist uprisings usually work, but it's okay. We'll get these guys turned around as soon as they arrive back to their destination, and we'll just get enough troops to get that taken care of. It's not a big deal. What is a big deal is the fact that this faction is going to fire, but we'll need to deal with that. That'll be just fine. We'll get these guys turned around and moved in with their reinforcements. We do have a new stewardship lifestyle perk available, and we are going to take overall income from War Profiteer. That puts us at plus 0.0. Okay, we're actually going to be going a little negative here soon, but I want to check in. Yeah, this is our maximum amount from our Realm Priest, so we're going to stop swaying. Yeah, we'll stop both of these. Excellent. And we really need to get this sorted up here. Very badly. So we'll make our way in, and this faction will rebel soon enough. That's okay. We will allow that to happen. Okay. So 3 months on that. We've bounced it a number of times and weakened it a number of times, but this is as good as it's going to get. Terrain-wise, hills, hills, plains over here. Plains would be a better place for us to fight. So we're probably going to do exactly that. 2 months on that there. Our vassal is now severely injured. Oh no! Anyway. We're going to make our way up over here and fight these guys on the plains. And we're going to have much, much more in terms of... How sweet, but no. We're going to have much, much more in terms of troops. So that's good. 28,000 instead of 20,000. And in we go. We're going to fight them on plains instead of on hills and have more troops, and they'll be a little further away. Not all of them, but hopefully we'll get a couple of ticks before they all pile in. 300 gold for maybe a stewardship lifestyle perk. We need a ditch and soil network. Okay. So we're going to head in over here, and we're going to lock in. They're going to immediately start heading over. There they go, as soon as we lock in. Yep, as expected. We're going to head in here. They expect that they win this, and they may. They may well win this. We'll see. We should take our time and get this right. Project is completed. Excellent. So, yeah, I mean, things are going not amazingly for us over here, but this is because they're all stacked together, and we've got other problems. But for right now, keep in mind, yeah, this is fine. We will not be threatened. Keep in mind that they don't replenish their troops, and we do. So that's important. We do require a new spy master yet again, and we'll put in this guy. Now, the rebellion has happened. This is expected. We're going to move all of these lads directly to here. We'll split them up in a bit. Okay, so in they go. They are ready to go. These guys, they're going to retreat. And that's fine for now. Okay. And of course, the further we go into debt, the worse our performance is in these battles. So we're going to need to continue to try to ransom some of these and do other similar things. We can't demand gold there. Okay. It's a little rough for sure right now, but we'll get there. So we're going to catch these guys, it looks like. That's great. We want to win this battle, and then we want to get a siege force going over here to get us ticking war score. We've got plenty of locations to siege. So that'll be fine. We did not actually catch them there. And where are our siege weapons? Over here. Okay. Sounds good. So we're going to continue to pile in over here and get our siege weapons moved in. I'm not really too concerned about what's going on here. This is actually fine. So these guys are going to turn around as soon as they're done retreating over here. We're going to continue to raise additional troops over here. And we're going to walk on back. Cool. Okay. I don't suppose we could white piece this. Actually, we can. You know what? I'm going to do it. This is the uprising over here. So that's fine. We're going to white piece that. I want to be out of this. I don't want to fight this. It's not relevant. And a white piece doesn't lose us a single thing. So we're going to disband these guys. And yes, they're going to take a while to return home. That's just the levy troops. Then we're going to disband these guys as well. Yes, they will take a while to return home. Then we're going to come on over this direction. And it looks like we could drop here. And there's that Merc force that we can just teleport over here. Cool. We're going to group all of these guys together, and we're going to split off the trebuchets. We're also going to split off some... that's enough levies. These guys are going to move up over here. Okay. So we want to go fight some of these guys over here if we can. That would be nice. We're minus 4% right now, but that won't be for too much longer. We're going to head up over this way, see about fighting these lads. Excellent. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will deal with these rebels, and I'm not at all upset that these rebels exist, right? This is a succession crisis, and fully to be expected, this is just the way Crusader Kings works. Some of those other rebels have been questionable, but these ones are not. These rebels are not questionable at all. They are completely legitimate. So there we go. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.